Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back to our Quran journey. Um, in our previous lesson, we went over, you know, how does the jim looks, right? The ha, the kha, right? The ta and the ha. All right, that was our focus, right? In our last lesson. Now the last part of lesson 2, right? This is lesson 2 part D, right? Now we're gonna complete the rest of the lesson bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. All right. So we know this letter right here. We know this letter here, right? What letter is this? If you practice, enough. If lesson one was strong for you, right? If you study, if you master it, you should know this letter here. Dal, good. And then we have what? Val. Remember your tongue below your teeth. Val, val, right? So this shape right here, we know this shape, right? We said what shape is this? Right? Jim. So jim, dal, jim, dal. All right. Next one, what letter is this? One dot above. So we look at the shape first, right? What other letter has one dot above? Right? We know noon. Noon carries a dot above. But is this a noon? No, this is not a noon. Why is not this not a noon? Because it doesn't have the shape of the noon, right? Because the noon is written like this, right? This is how the noon is written. This right here, we see this shape, right? The noon when it started, it has this shape, all right? So we know this is not noon. What letter is this? Kha. So kha, dhal. So kha has one dot above it. Dhal also has one dot above it, right? So now this is where we have to like make sure we look at the shape first, then the dots, right? So first we look at the shape. What shape is this? Dhal. Now someone can say that, oh, but this looks like a noon, right? But you see here, like noon comes up, down. It gives like a U. It looks like a U, right? Noon looks like a U. Dhal, it just, you can see. So this is dhal, right? So kha, dhal. What letter is this? Ra, right? It's obvious. What letter is this? Za, right? So we're looking at dal, dhal, ra, and za. Now we're introduced on how they will look like when they are joined in with other letters. We know this shape right here. You trying to trick us. We know who you are. It's carrying a dot below, but we know it's not ba, right? We know you're not ba. I know you don't look like ba. Ba don't dress like this, right? So what letter is this? Jim. What letter is this? Jim. Next letter. So we have Jim. What letter is this? We know this letter right here. Ra. So Jim Ra. Jim Ra. And right here we have, what letter is this? Kha. Kha. What letter is this in the green? Za. Kha. Za. Right? Now this right here, this is another way to write down Ra. So this how Ra, just in a different style of written art, all right? In Arabic art. So Ra can be written this way. Now this will be za, right? So we have ra and za. We have ra and za. Ra, za. All right. So we have two dots below. We know is what? Yeah. Right. Two dots. We know is what? Yeah. So ya ra. Two dots above. We know is what? Ta. So ta za. Ta za. We know this right here is what? Obvious. Seen. Because I studied lesson 1 and I practiced and I mastered it. What letter is this? Sheen. Because I practiced lesson 1 and I mastered it. So this is seen, sheen. Right now we're looking at the seen and sheen. The seen and sheen, we see has a small W, right? Small W. So the same way when we said kha, only the upper part is written. Is like when you're connecting it, only the upper part is shown. Seen and sheen as well. When it's connecting, you only see this part, right? You only see this part, right? So we see seen. The seen has no dots, and sheen has 3 dots. So seen, what letter is this? Lam. So seen, lam. What letter is this? We see the teeth. I see your teeth. So sheen, lam. Pretty easy, right? Next letter we know this because I practiced this one and I mastered it. Sod. What letter is this? That's easy. Dod. Remember, heavy letters, heavy letters. What letter is this? Thaw. Right? What letter is this? Thaw. Thaw. Okay. So these as well. So all the letters, right? If you notice, right? All the letters that has like let's say ha, right? When we say ha, and it has this like body shape, like it has like this part of it, right? This part. So this part, when we connecting it, we don't normally show that part, right? The same as when we say seen, right? When we connecting it, we don't see this part, right? It only shows the upper part. So sod, dod, sod and dod as well. We don't show this part of it, right? When we're connecting it, right? So this part gets, taken out. So we see here, we see the shape, right? We see the shape. So sod, ba. What letter is this? Ta, ba. What letter is this? Remember, sod has no dot, and what? Dod has 1 dot. So is this a sod? No. Is it a dod? Yes. So dod, what? Alif. Dha, alif. Fahimd? And then we have what? What letter is this? Because I practiced lesson 1 and I mastered it. What letter is this? Ain. What letter is this? Ghain. We have Ain and Ghain. Ain has no dot. Ghain has a dot. Similar to Ha and Sin, Ain too, when it's being connected to a word, we erase this part gets erased, right? So only the upper part shows. Only the upper parts what shows when it's getting connected. All right. What letter is this? Is this Ain? It kind of looks like Ain though, because you see like the upper part. Is it ayn? No, this is not ayn. This is what? Hamza. This is what? Hamza. Do not forget. So, however, Hamza, Hamza don't really connect. Like Hamza, he likes to be alone, right? Also, normally Hamza is, Hamza has a high status. I will explain like how Hamza function, all right? But now let's move on to the next one. So we said what? This is what? Ayn. So ayn, what? What's the next letter? Ayn. What is this shape right here? Remember we said right here, za. So ayn, za. Next letter is what? Ghain, ra. Because remember, ra has no dots. What letter is this? Sad. What's the next letter? Right? So this is how ayn is written down at the end, right? At the end of a word. So this ayn and ghain, this is how we write them down at the end. So ayn, and then we have ghain, right, with the dots, right? We're almost there. Like, basically, everything that so we're almost there. Don't panic. All right? So we have Sod, Ayn, Dod, Ghain. One dot below. We know Ba, Ayn, Dal. So this right here, Ayn, the way how we recognize Ayn, right? The way how we recognize Ayn has these corners. You see this? See these little corners? Ayn and Ghain. Right? It has when it's written down in the middle of a word. Right? So Ayn. So Ba, Ayn, Dal. Two dots above. Da, Ghain, Dal. So now the last line we said, we have what? Hamza. All right? Remember we spoke about Hamza? We'll say Hamza is a little special. So this is Hamza. So sometimes Hamza, normally Hamza, when we write down Hamza, it sits on these three letters as a chair. So sometimes you will see Hamza sitting on the alif. Sometimes you will see Hamza sitting on the waw. Sometimes you will see Hamza sitting on the ya. All right? So that's just for Hamza. That's just for Hamza. All right? So this is Hamza. This is Hamza. This is Hamza. All right? All of these Hamza, Hamza, Hamza. Mafhum? Comprende? All right? And then the last letter here, we don't, what letter is this? Because I practiced so much in lesson 1, I mastered the letters in the original form. This is what? Fa. Right? So we're almost done. Right? What letter is this? Remember, Fa has no dot. Fa has one dot. Right? Qaf has how many dots? 2 dots. Same shape, but Qa has 2 dots. Right? So we have, what letter is this? Wow. 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 So we have Qaf, wow. So what letter is this? Is this a Ta? Right? Is this Ta? Or what letter is this? Because Ta has 2 dots. But this is not Ta. Why? Because it doesn't have the shape of Ta. This is what? Qaf. This is what? Qaf. Because we see the shape, right? Remember, this now, the body gets erased, so the upper part. So we see the upper part. right? The upper part. So qaf. This is qaf, and next letter here, wow. What letter is this in blue? Fa. Next letter is wow. We have fa, qaf, lam. We have what? Fa, one dot, qaf. So we see the qaf. We see the shape of the qaf. All right? Fa, qaf, lam. We have qaf, fa, lam. All right? Also, this right here, somebody could say it looks like a ghayn. Remember, we said the ghayn has the corners. Right? It has the corners. All right? Remember, it has these corners. So right here, fa is more just an oval. Right? So qaf, fa, lam. Two dots below. Ya. What letter is this? Fa. So ya, fa. We went over this before. We said what letter is this? Meme. Meme. Right? What letter is this? Ha. Meme. Huh? Lam. Right? Lam. Right? So lam, meme. Right? This is not an alif. Right? It's not an alif because alif can't connect. All right? So that's a rule. Alif cannot connect. Only lam can connect to a letter. Alif cannot connect. Alif cannot connect. All right? Alif cannot connect. So lam, meme, ta, meme, ta, meme, and then we have ta, meme, ta. So that's the ending of lesson 2. Before we finish off, I want to introduce you guys to the letters that are not able to connect to a letter. All right, it's easy. All right, there are some letters that you can connect a letter to them, but you cannot connect them to a letter. And I know you like what that means. Let me show right here. So there are 5 letters. There are 5 letters, right? We said alif was one of them. Alif can connect. Wow, wow cannot connect to a letter. Dal, Dhal, Ra, and Za. All right? These 5 letters. These 5 letters. Right? You connect. You can't connect them to a letter. All right? So Da, Dha, Alif, Ra, Za. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 6 letters. All right? What does that mean? So let's say we have Alif. And the next letter that we want to connect to is Ba. Sorry. Let's say we have Alif. And the next letter is Ba. Right? So I'm sorry. Let's say we have Alif, and now we want to connect Ba to it. This is how we would write it. Right? We cannot connect the Ba to it. It can't. Right? Then because it would look like lamb in that case. All right? However, if we have Ba, and then we want to connect Alif to it, we can. So the letter before it can connect. The letter after it cannot connect. All right? And the same goes to these 6 letters. All right? So inshallah, that is that for lesson 2. Inshallah, I'll see you guys again in lesson 3. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.